She's back, she's back. The world is not right unless Leslie Kay is in the house, and you're in the house after a little African adventure.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to talk about today. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Well, for many people it is. For me, having family back in South Africa, obviously I go more often. But for the average couple or family, yes, going to Africa is one of those projects that you plan for years ahead, and when you're there, I mean, it's life-changing.
Okay, let's talk about some of your experiences. You did the reserve, the game reserve tour.
Yes. Now, I stayed at one of the private game lodges, and when you go to these lodges, this is the sort of experience. These are our own photos that we brought back. We saw a little baby rhino there, and we really do get close to the animals because you're going off-road in the Land Rover.
Do you get, like, I'm even getting a sense from this picture of that horn size and the strength of that horn on the big one.
Yes, yeah. Well, you know, the rangers are very knowledgeable and they read the animals very well. Here's a lion that we came across. Now, the night before we arrived, they had a big kill. There's a pride of 15 lion there with one male, dominant male. And they killed 3 wildebeest, which are very, very large buck or deer. And they were just absolutely gorged with this. He was lying on the road, in the bush there, next to the kill, and we came up there, and he was literally panting. Like after you've had that turkey dinner.
The turkey dinner is what I'm thinking. He needs to meet up with Vince and the crew from Innovative Health and Fitness and learn about proportions and exercise, perhaps.
Well, you know, they only eat every couple of days, so they're not really like us. But those are just a couple of the experiences. Now, when people go maybe online or do research, they read about the Kruger National Park, which is a national park like Banff National Park. You pay to go in and you drive your car and you can drive all over the place and you may be lucky and see some animals, but you probably won't see very much. I mean, you could drive for days and days and days, which I have done, and see nothing. So going to the private game reserve, although it's more expensive, you're having a concentrated period where you're with a knowledgeable ranger and a tracker. They read the spoor of the animals. They know where the animals are, where their local habitat is, where they're hanging out, basically, and they'll take you to there. So we saw the big 5. We saw buffalo, leopard, lion, elephant, and rhino. We also saw hippo, and it was just amazing.
So you're paying more for that, but since going on a safari is not something that many of us are going to do more than once, if we even get to go once. So put your money there.
Right, put your money there, and bear in mind, because these prices, I mean, they range from about $280 a day up to $1,000 a day.
Wow, $1,000 a day is someone like washing my feet at night?
Oh, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Absolutely fabulous. But it all depends on the level of the accommodation, but all of them will include your 2 game drives, a game walk during the day if you want with the ranger, all of your meals, all of your drinks, so it's pretty comprehensive, but you don't need to do that for more than, I would say, 4 nights.
Okay.
Would be perfect. Now, the rest of the time you can fill in by seeing some of the other fantastic sites in South Africa. Cape Town is an obvious choice. You've got some great cultural things to see in Johannesburg, all about the Apartheid Museum, those sort of things. And I was just astonished when we were eating out in Johannesburg. Everything was so cheap because now I'm using Canadian dollars, and it's more than half the price of eating out in Calgary, so you do save a lot of money that way.
There you go. There's some information for you. If you're planning the safari, put your money into the actual private lodge, and you can get a big bang for your buck there, and then the rest of your trip would be quite reasonable. She is a South Africa specialist because she knows the darn place so well. Leslie Cater, you can check out her website at thetravellady.ca or 277-6884. Thank you.
Thanks, Leslie.
And looking forward to more of these pictures and more fudge from the marula tree.